What up,
Hello,
y'all?
you guys. I want you guys to know, as we start this, I am very upset with Dana B. I am Cassie J.
We are
This is
Ladies Who
Who
Kiki.
I'm the lady who kikis and watches all of the shows. Dana had me watch a show that I did not need to watch.
So you literally said you're the lady that watches all the shows, so you shouldn't be upset that I had you watch the finale. She mad because
So we discussed this. You see how I said disgusted? Because I'm disgusted.
Alright, so we've been behind on Married to Medicine. We're only going to be reviewing the reunion. She's kind of upset because
I watched the finale.
You should have.
But she in.
I did watch it. I watched all of it.
I have notes on it, though.
We weren't going to discuss it.
I was prepared to review this with you guys, but somebody did not let me know that we was not doing it. So
we had a misunderstanding because I clearly told her we're going to do the reunion. But
it wasn't a misunderstanding on my part. It was a misunderstanding on her part because I got notes. I was prepared. She is prepared.
You done getting that off your chest?
I'm done.
Well, all right.
So let's get into the fun stuff.
So
was Married Reunion, 3 parts.
Yes, Married to Medicine Reunion, part 1, 2, and 3. So,
Trace.
Part 1. Andy asked Simone why.
Wait, first I want to say all the women look great except for Contessa.
You didn't like Contessa's?
I didn't like her look at all. This number with this hair, the dress, it looked real prom-esque.
I thought everyone looked nice though.
I said they all looked nice
Even
except
her.
for her. she was.
Well, I'll say this: compared to all the others, she was not hitting the mark.
Not on point.
But she still looked nice.
She did. She came dressed in her formal.
Yeah.
But it.
So Andy asked Simone. So as Simone is getting ready, Andy asked Simone why is she sharing a room with Jackie. Simone says things have changed.
I was like, okay. Well, it goes back later on and
we'll
there's a little more details on what the change was, but that's how we started it out.
Yeah. So everyone's now on the stage. He says his hellos. They start off with talking about Quad's journey in the season.
Before that, the stage is set up like Toya's closet. She was so touched by it. She said, "Oh, thank you guys, it's so sweet." Toya's closet is nice. I did like it. I've seen Heavenly's. I see what you mean by it's more functional, but I like Toya's because
it's nice.
I like that.
I just feel like I could like chill in there comfortably.
I feel like I could.
It's
that's
nice.
That's my sort of glam. So.
So Quad talks about how her divorce is final.
Yes.
And how Dr. G is now dating.
No, they asked her, did she know if Dr. G was dating?
Oh, and that's when Simone was like, yeah, he is dating and his girlfriend's very attractive.
Because they said her and Cecil hangs out.
Yeah.
And then this is the interesting thing about this whole reunion. A lot of comments that were made and questions that was asked that always show to other people and their facial expressions. That was one of them things where they showed somebody's facial expression. I think it was like Heavenly or somebody, and they was like, okay.
But Quad was like, hell, he had an attractive wife, so...
She said, so I didn't expect him to downgrade.
Right.
I'd be more upset if he downgraded and got...
And she said she doesn't mind that,
he's
Cecil,
dating somebody.
No, she doesn't mind that Cecil and Simone are still hanging out with Dr. G.
Yeah, because they asked, did you have a problem with that? And she was like, no, because she said I would have more of an issue with them if they wasn't continuing to hang out with him, seeing that they did have a friendship just because me and him were no longer together. And I respected her of that because that's real big of you to do because it's challenging.
Yeah, I'm petty.
That's what, and you seen that's what Mariah said. She said, well, when me and Aiden get divorced, everybody divorces Aiden, okay? Not dealing with that. And sometimes how people feel, no.
Yeah.
I know, I see. She says no. I agree. I get it. Because I don't want...
If I introduce y'all, I can see if y'all had a relationship prior to us dating. But if I introduce y'all
then that's my friend.
Then yeah, once I divorce him,
then you divorce him too.
Call me petty. I mean, y'all can still be cordial. Just don't be hanging out like y'all besties.
You lost him in the divorce.
Y'all can still follow each other on Facebook and stuff like that. But y'all hanging out?
Yes, but they did say that Dr. G talks about her still.
Yeah,
that's what some of them said.
Yeah. Then they talk about the Simone and Quad situation, and they show all the clips of their interactions. So Quad wants to say, of course, she brings up the damn situation about the crab boil again. She's like, I don't
want to bring up.
She's like, a lot of things have been done to me that are just unforgivable, but I have forgiven them. She's like, I don't want to bring this up again, but the crab boil, I'm like, no.
That was just tacky as hell.
And of course, it's like, come on, Quad. But then she was like,
Mariah was like, let's stay. No, not Mariah. But Toya was like, let's stay here. Let's stay present.
And
let's
then
stay
Heavenly
present.
was like, shut
up. Just shut up. Heavenly was trying to pick fights with everybody the whole reunion. She just wouldn't just stay over there in her seat and wait to be addressed when it was her turn. Just calm down.
I'm glad that Quad did admit to Simone that she was in her feelings and she was nasty towards her, and she apologized.
She apologized. She
I'm
sincerely apologized to her. And I think that's all Simone wanted. She just wanted her to acknowledge I was wrong. And I apologize for that.
Because she was in a bad place. She was going through a divorce. She felt like she really couldn't depend on her friends. Alone. And so, she was nasty towards her. So, apology.
Because you made somebody wait for you for over an hour. First, I wouldn't have waited.
I wouldn't have waited. I've been gone.
And about 15,
I would have
20
been,
minutes.
honestly, I would have been
Especially you haven't said nothing.
I would have been pissed off. Because, like, you obviously don't value my time.
Yes. You didn't give me no notification.
So then they talk about the double date situation. Heavenly's going to say, with one of the guys, she hasn't seen them in over 20 years.
So why would you try to hook me up with them?
Exactly. Like,
I just know that he's a doctor. So you trying to say, all I want is somebody with some money?
Child. And Heavenly, Toya said that she could have done a better job.
Heavenly got mad about that. What you trying to say? What you trying to say? She was like, that was a Heavenly thing to do. Like, that was like what I expected from you. Like, that's the type of person I expected you.
Messiness.
That's what I expected you to do. That's the type of person I expected you to. She's like, I'm just saying, the type of people that you hang around, I don't see you doing no better. Heavenly, stop trying to fight with everybody. Stop trying to shade people all the time. Like, sometimes, that wasn't a moment. Like, that wasn't a dig at you initially. It wasn't a dig. Toya wasn't trying to come for you at that moment. Andy asked her a question. Mm-hmm. And she was just like, so you feel like you could have did better?
Everyone could have done better.
And that's what Contessa said. She was like, you could have did better from the mall. Like,
for real, I could have done better. I don't even know them like that.
Right, like it's...
Child,
she was like, it's slim pickings in Atlanta. Everybody was like, what?
No, it ain't. I mean, well, yeah, I kind of know what it is.
We're not going to get into that.
We're not. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. We're not gonna do that today.
You're right.
Not the show.
Quad did deny her hooking up with Common.
She did. Now there was twice that she had to check Heavenly on that.
Because Heavenly being messy.
She was like, "So you wait a minute. I want to address something. You made a comment, and I want to talk about that. The whole Common situation." She was like, "I was just joking. I said that it wasn't true." Mm-hmm. Heavenly. Stop talking so much.
That's what she do.
Just stop talking so much and then you won't have to go back.
She throws digs and she calls them jokes. Sometimes they're funny. I like Heavenly. I do. This reunion, she did get on my nerves. But I do like Heavenly overall. She is messy.
This season made me dislike her even more.
The whole season?
Yes. And especially this reunion. The reunion put like
the reunion, yeah, but I still love me some Heavenly. She's a show. If Heavenly on that show would be boring as hell.
I understand, but I mean... You know, it's some people that I can deal with their shenanigans, like a Tiffany Pollard. I can deal with her shenanigans, but that...
So they asked Quad, what's more important, dick size or credit score?
I love Toya's response.
She said, we can
build credit, but you can't build a dick.
So...
I was like, that is correct.
Then they discuss the kids. They show all the clips about the kids and their interactions, which is cute. All the kids are growing up, especially Aurora. She is growing up, honey.
She is beautiful.
She really is. She really is. I like Aurora. I like her a lot.
She is so beautiful. I was just like...
Andy asked Contessa, I don't know if it's Andy Andy read off a question from one of the viewers. Contessa, you're always talking about Toya's finances, but yet you through your kids a very extravagant party. And so Contessa was like, I don't really talk about Toya's finances.
And it played the tapes back.
It's like, yeah, you do.
All the times that she said something about Toya.
She says, everyone talks about her finances because Toya puts it on Front Street, so it's just me telling my truth about it.
And she was like, so I don't feel like I did anything different than what everybody else did. The thing is, you do. Because besides Heavenly, nobody ever really talks about Toya's finances like that. You constantly do.
Yeah, you say in a negative way.
Yeah, and it's like they showed on that clip, it was like, so we celebrating
paying our bills,
being responsible and paying your bills. You could have sent me a text.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad y'all finally got a house because y'all was living like refugees for a while. Like
it's not living like refugees right. in a mansion.
Right? It's not.
You know, but
and then like I said, besides Heavenly, who's over here, you had to beg, borrow, and still get your house. Like.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about next.
Other than that, now
they're talking about Toya's journey on the season.
Yes, so it's like, and then she said Toya. They was like, she made the comment about Toya not letting people in her house, and she was like, "Why would I let 100 people walk through my house?"
Because it's a housewarming.
And she was like, Andy was like, "You had a housewarming party." She said, "I had a housewarming celebration," and I understood what she was saying, and I get it too, because if I had a house that big, I wouldn't want 100 people walking through my house either.
Then don't have a housewarming.
It was a celebration.
Then just call it a party.
It was a celebration.
Because if you say I'm having a housewarming, then you're going to invite me in your home. I'm going to see all the rooms. Like, oh my God, let me look at your stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't want all y'all coming to my house.
Then don't have a housewarming. Just say we're throwing a celebration. Don't call it a house.
Said.
But not a housewarming celebration.
But that's what the celebration is for. It's for me getting my house. Mm. And she, like you said, my close friends will be able to come and they'll see my house. And then they made a comment about her not having furniture. You have this nice party outside, but you ain't got no furniture. Okay.
Honestly, like most people, when you move to a house, most people don't have furniture, or her furniture's coming in and being custom made.
That's what I was gonna say. If you have a house that big, then you would know that you can't just go over here to Rooms to Go and Ashley's and everybody else, these little furniture places, and get furniture.
Exactly.
You have to get your house.
Because they're going to look like a little small little thing into this big room. You have to get something custom for this big ass room. And anything
custom,
takes a long time.
Whether it's a dress, some jewelry, anything custom takes time.
Yes.
But I guess Heavenly, your regular ass house don't have nothing custom in it, so you wouldn't know since you want to talk about shit.
Well, yeah, let's talk about it now. So, they talk about Toya's journey, talk about her miscarriage and her new home. Mm-hmm. All the ladies think her house is gorgeous. Beautiful. It is gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. I wouldn't want a house that big because I'm scared.
All of the homes that she's lived in were all gorgeous. Yes. All of them.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they found
$2.1 million. Now.
Yeah, $2.1 million. That's a lot of money.
That's like $6,000 a month on a 30-year.
So, did you calculate that?
I sure did.
No, I was like, how the heck you know that?
Because I want to know what that was looking like. Because when Eugene was like, "This is your vision, but I'm gonna be paying the mortgage."
She said, "This is your house." And she's like, "No, this is our house."
Yeah, it's like $6,000 a month.
But I'm glad they got their money together and they know how to manage it.
I'm glad that they went through that struggle to be able to appreciate what they have now and understand that. And I was very happy about this season when she was planning the party, and she was like, her budget was $10,000, and she told them she wanted a camel. He said, "Well, the camel is gonna be like $4,000." She said, "I don't want no camel."
He said, "We got another one that
it's
costs
half off."
Yeah,
she said, "You know what? It's over the top, but I'm gonna do it," because she was like, "I got a budget and I'm not going over it." So I was proud to see that, even though you're like, well, you spent $10,000 on a party, it's a party. She wanted to do it, but she had a budget. She stuck to it. That's part of your growth.
So they talk about Heavenly. I do feel like Heavenly is a hater a little bit, because for Heavenly to say that buying a house is an accomplishment, that's a huge accomplishment. Yeah. Humongous accomplishment.
Houses, graduation.
She's like, "Oh, my house been paid off." That's when they showed.
She said, "When it wasn't but $50,000."
Yeah. And then they said that Heavenly tried to upshow Heavenly's closet. I mean,
by getting a third.
Yeah, Heavenly tried to upshow Toya's closet by getting a third level closet.
And she said, "That's because I didn't have it. That's because I didn't have enough space." And she said, "Well, you didn't have any clothes either. So why did you need a third?" She said, You the one that had any clothes. And she said, girl, I had a custom closet. I had custom doors. You can't see my clothes.
Exactly.
Boom, honey. Tell her. Let her know.
So, yeah, Heavenly, I do think that you're a hater. You see someone that have nicer things. She's on a come up. She's no longer, like she's getting her shit together. And you don't like it. And you want to dig to knock her down a little bit.
But you know what was crazy? Well, they're going to talk about it later when the guys come out. When he said that they have been friends, knowing her for 12 years.
Who, Toya and Heavenly?
Yes. Eugene and Damon.
Yeah,
they've been friends for 12 years.
Damon helped Eugene.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've been knowing her for all this time. Why?
Because they're now on the come up. They're no longer, because Heavenly said, everyone knows that Toya begged, borrowed, and steal.
Got that house. They know they couldn't afford that house. Y'all know that she can't.
That's the problem, because she didn't have to beg. I mean, I don't know personally, but I don't think they had to beg, borrow, and steal to get that house. I feel like they got the house for hard work. Eugene and Toya. And truthfully, Toya said that she's a stay-at-home mom, but she has a job. She got checks. She's on the show. So the fact that, she has her checks coming in, he's working, they're being more smart.
And Toya has worked before, too. And she's capable of going to work.
I'm talking about for now, though. You know what I mean? She's a stay-at-home mom, but she's on the show, so she does have checks coming in. And I believe they're probably getting more checks than they did from day one. Mm-hmm. And so it's like they're now on the come up, on the rise. They're doing more responsible. Right. So it's like you hating Heavenly, stop.
And it's like, just why? Stop. It doesn't, everybody
because
can be
before,
successful.
Toya was down here in Heavenly's mind.
Right.
Toya was down here having good people. Now Toya is.
So now you're turning
maybe
to Mariah.
A little bit.
Now you're turning to Mariah.
What you just said.
Because Mariah has that problem.
Even, you know what I mean? Because she looked down on Toya because she was only a stay-at-home mom. You're not a doctor. You don't do nothing. You are bored, da-da-da-da. But it's like, okay, well, she still got her life and she's still living her best life. And you don't like that.
Because, they were trying to start their own infusion service and stuff. So it's like...
So, Heavenly, I love Heavenly Death, but you hate her. Buffy. Buffy came out.
Yes.
I did love her outfit.
She looked great in that black.
Beautiful.
They say, is that under a 500? She said, no.
That thing, honey, she looked beautiful.
She did.
They started talking about sex. Great. Yeah, her whole outfit was beautiful. Honestly, I think that Buffy had my favorite outfit.
She probably did.
Yeah, that was my favorite look. Even though they all look beautiful, they really did. Mariah looked beautiful in that pink, but I think Buffy, that whole situation, honey, that was a moment. They talk about sex on the show, and Heavenly says she didn't tell Damon about the paint tip because she didn't think he would find out because he doesn't watch the show. Which is like, eventually he was going to find it.
And then Andy said, you think I was going to tell him?
Facts.
She said, you so messy. You wouldn't know.
You're on the show.
You wouldn't know about being messy.
Why do you think they would cut that out? I mean, obviously he doesn't watch show. Okay, cool. But it's like the other guys would talk. It would have been something to talk about.
Somebody would have talked about it eventually. The guys was going to sit down.
Right. So you should have told him before anyone else did.
And even if Andy didn't bring it up, the guys was going to tell them. So, so when Buffy came out, they, was talking to her and. Listen, your girl again, running her mouth, gets into an argument because she don't know how to stay in her place and just not talk. This was the problem I was having with Heavenly this whole reunion. Whenever somebody says anything to Jackie, it don't matter who it is, she feels the need that she has to
be the voice, or be the voice. Like, Jackie could fight her own battles.
We've seen that this season.
So, to give some context to what we're talking about, they bring up
the whole.
Well, first they brought up Buffy's comment that she has to hide her success from her friends.
Yeah, that was what I was like first.
And it was like weird, because it came across that she feels she's better than other people.
And I love how she explained it though, because Toya had made the comment. She said, "Well, you do say like you're killing it," and then. That was the thing Heavenly said. Heavenly was like, yeah, like she's better than other people. Heavenly, shut up. It's Toya talking. You don't need to chime in. Just let her say what she got to say. Mm-hmm. And she was like, well, that's not what I mean. I'm saying like, I feel like I have to dim my light down around my friends because they haven't experienced the success I have experienced. So I don't, and I love how Quad was like, don't ever do that. Don't ever dim your light for anybody else.
Because that's like, this is the wrong group. You gotta do that around us.
Yeah, she's like, that's the wrong group. And Toya was like, you need to get new friends.
Facts. You do need to get new friends. That means that, this is not really working out.
You've outgrown your friends.
Facts. And it's unfortunate, but it's life.
Yeah.
So.
And then she said, it's kind of like the situation that you and Heavenly was fighting about on the bus. And she said, like, when you said you got your house, and she said that wasn't, an accomplishment. She said, that's what I mean by, like, I have those kind of successes, and my friends are like, oh, that ain't nothing.
Right, when it really is a big thing. It should be praised, and you want your friends to be happy for you.
To be happy and supportive, and they're like...
So then they bring up the whole...
infertility.
Yes, infertility situation. So Jackie apologizes again, because Buffy thought that Jackie was being malicious with it.
This time it seemed sincere.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, she was calm.
And it was like more heartfelt, not so dismissive as.
And she gave an explanation.
I acknowledge it.
I receive it. I apologize. Done.
It wasn't that this time. It was like a for real, wholehearted apology.
She was like, I want to say 3 things about that because they played the clip back and everything. And I think now that she don't watch the show, and I do think it's a little bit like we said, it was a little bit from the backlash that she.
It could have been that backlash, like, oh, this is Jackie now. This is how Jackie.
This is not the Jackie we knew.
Right.
I think that now she was like, first of all, I want to sincerely apologize for that because I would never want to hurt any woman that's having that issue. So I apologize for that, and I was like, good. So she acknowledged that was wrong. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I was wrong for that. I was trying to connect, to her and other people with the stories in the books and all that. And then she said, the last thing that she said that really touched me was when she was saying that if she could have a child, like if she was given the ability to do it, she would give that opportunity to Buffy, whether it be a surrogate, natural, however. And I started crying. I was like,
aww.
And then Buffy explained to her why it hurt so much because she was like, she wanted to carry her own baby.
Yeah, that's why she didn't do surrogacy because she wanted to.
Everybody kept saying, just do a surrogate. Why you can't do it? She was like, because her husband don't want no surrogate. He was like, no, we're going to have our own baby. We're going to have a baby. We're going to have our own. If we're not going to be able to do it that way, then we ain't doing it. And she wanted to too. And she said, but because of the situation, it made her tell her husband, I want a baby.
Yeah.
We gonna do this one way or another.
So they are doing a surrogacy. Jackie did offer, so I'll deliver a baby for you. She was like, no, that's fine. We good.
Toya was like, she got a doctor right here. Simone was like, you gotta take my patient now.
I know that's right. So they good on that. Now, in between that apology though, Heavenly decides to jump in.
She's like, good. Now we don't talk about it. We ain't gotta talk about it no more.
And so she want to jump in to defend Jackie, and that's when Buffy was like, you lying through those dentures.
Yeah, and she said, you lying through that fat ass.
And everyone's like, oh, you just call her fat? And
she's like, I didn't say that.
Did I say that?
You didn't say that?
Like, come on now. You know, Heavenly, that's why she was doing too much. After that scene was over, they're like taking a break, and so Jackie wanted to talk to Buffy, and she was like,
and you see Heavenly was right there.
Was right there. I'm like, damn,
back up.
And she was like, can I get a hug? No, Heavenly, you cannot say whatever you want and think an apology and a hug is going to fix it. It doesn't work that way.
I thought Owen had noticed that she was just right there. Like, she
was right there.
Like, she's like right here,
like, damn.
Can I get a break?
It's too much. Like, I don't need a guard dog, okay?
Jesus Christ.
So that was the end of the first reunion. So now we're on to part 2. They say that Jackie did a lot of apologizing this season.
She did.
So they go over Jackie's journey.
Apologizing. So
this is when Simone feels away that Jackie's friends with Heavenly since Heavenly spoke ill about Cecil.
And she did.
And Simone thinks Jackie should have been on her side opposed to buddying with Heavenly. This is where I'm kind of like, that's not fair for Simone to put that weight on Jackie.
Right.
It's like, because y'all two are no longer friends, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean I have to pick sides. Like, I'm a grown ass woman. That is some childish ass high school shit.
It's not like the divorce situation.
You know what I mean? I don't like that. I didn't like the fact that Simone is so hurt by Jackie's friendship with Heavenly when they were all friends. So I can see where, only way I could see Simone's point is if Simone and Jackie were friends. Then here comes Heavenly, like with Simone only. Her and Simone, Heavenly and Simone are no longer friends. And then Jackie became friends with Heavenly. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the fact that they were always friends, and then for whatever reason y'all two became at odds, even though I could have sworn y'all made up from that reason, you can't be mad at me for continually being friends with Heavenly. That's where it's like, Simone, you're really not being fair on this. Because she's like really hurt. Like, she said their relationship is not the same right now.
Right. She said normally we would have gotten together to study. We haven't done that all year. She's like, we don't talk and we don't hang out. And even on the show, they showed where they were saying like they don't communicate, like the relationship is not the same. And I understand, because it's like you don't want to say something about your friend's friend. Right. And put your friend in that awkward position to feel like, I don't want to have to take sides. So, even though Simone kind of kept going back and forth about it when Andy was addressing her about it, she would say in one breath, I don't have a problem with them being friends, but in that same breath, she would turn around and be like, the friendship is a problem. Yeah. I think that, it hurts her in a little bit that you are still friends with her after everything that she's done, and I wish that you would have stopped being friends with her, but she knows, like she said, as an adult, that I really can't ask her to do that because that wouldn't be right. Right. But I would want you to pick our 20-something year friendship over this new friendship that you had, but that would be selfish of me. So I think that's why she kept going back and forth with that whole, I don't have a problem with them being friends, but I do have a problem with them being friends, because she really wanted her friend to pick her. But she didn't. That's why she said in the dressing room, she was like, who would you pick as your friend? Me? Or Heavenly? Or Heavenly.
Like, you making her choose sides. It's like,
and that's why she was like, I want her to, but she don't want
honestly,
to put her in that position.
I feel like that's what Simone does. She always picks sides. Because when Mariah and Quad were going through it, first she was Team Quad, now she's Team Mariah. And it's like, sometimes you got to stay out of it. Just be neutral.
That's why I guess that's where she's at, because she feels like that's what she does.
Yeah, so she expects her friends to do that, and that's not fair.
And that's why she's having that struggle, because it's like, I wish my friend would do what I do, but then again, it's like, I know that's not my friend, so I can't get too upset with her. Right. But I just wish that my friend, but then when she had that outburst, when she was like, after all the shit that she done said about my husband, you ever think I would fuck with her again?
I felt that, honey.
I did too. I put that down in my spirit.
Oh, child.
I ain't never seen Simone
it's just weird though, because it was only that one incident and they made up for it.
I don't think it was just that one incident though.
That's all they kept bringing up.
Hear.
That's all they kept showing on the show. Yeah. That one incident with the tweets. It's like, y'all already apologized and moved on. Y'all been around each other since then, because that happened at the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. So it's like, all of the time y'all were cool. Now all of a sudden y'all are enemies.
It's my job. I gotta get this check.
Maybe.
Because if you don't film together, every episode that you don't film, you don't get a check. So if we're together, I gotta film.
So
And that was something else. When they was talking, when Simone and Jackie trying to have this conversation, Heavenly kept butting in again. Heavenly let people have their conversation. Even when it wasn't somebody talking to Jackie, somebody else could be talking, and Heavenly just wanted to talk. It's like, I guess it was like because nobody was talking to Heavenly.
Well, it was involving Heavenly.
But that was my thing. Even sometimes stuff wouldn't even involve Heavenly.
Yeah.
To jump in.
Like the whole Buffy situation, should not have said nothing about that.
It had nothing to do. And then it was like, if you mention her name, well, don't be saying my name. I'm not talking to you though. I'm just saying, Heavenly said such and such. Well, I have a right to defend myself because you said my name, girl. No, I'm not talking to you though. Yeah. So they couldn't even have their conversation to clear up their issue because she kept, interjecting, and I was just like, Heavenly, shut up.
So as they're talking about their friction, Jackie wants to walk over there and hug Simone.
It was awkward.
It was really awkward. It was like,
because it was like,
I'm just gonna get up and get
Simone gave no indication that I want a hug from you.
At all.
That we're at a place where I'm ready to receive you in that manner. She just went over there and she was like, "Come on, get up."
I guess Jackie was just saying, like, it doesn't matter if you're mad at me or not. You're still my friend. You're still my girl.
She said, "You're gonna always be my best friend. No one will ever take that place."
Right.
And you could tell the way Heavenly was looking like she was in her feelings a little bit about that. You're never gonna. They have history.
Years.
You're never gonna get to that place.
Yeah, decades of friendship.
And you have to be okay with that. And it's like now we're fighting over Jackie.
Pretty much. Now it's turned to that. And, watch that be next season.
Right now we're fighting over Jackie.
Jackie does state that she would walk away from the show if it causes her to lose her friends. At first, she said to Simone, and then they was like, "Would you do that same thing for Heavenly?" She was like, "Yeah." Heavenly said, "Thank you."
She did. She was like, "Well," and that's why I said this is them fighting over her.
Oh, she'll do it for me too.
And that's what, and I can see Heavenly making it into a fight. Like she gonna make sure Simone knows Jackie did this for me. Jackie did this for me, and that's why I think that her and Simone gonna continue to bump heads because you're like twisting a knife in me. Right. You know that this is the sore spot for me. And that's the issue I have with Heavenly. She's beyond petty.
When she knows,
she's malicious.
When she knows she got that sauce, that she finds your soft spot. Oh, she'll play the heck out of it.
Indeed,
that's her favorite place to go. That's her first place to go.
But when people do it to her, level 10.
Truthfully, I realize is that she does not give that ammunition to people.
Oh, but she has it. She has soft
spots. She has soft spots. She doesn't give it though.
People know them.
Well, she doesn't give it that often, though. You know what I mean? Like, Heavenly does things...
Talk about that husband.
Heavenly does things to distract from who she really is. Mm-hmm. She's like, all right, I'm going to give you this amount. You could talk about... Yeah, you could talk about this amount. So, I'm going to act up so I can distract you from my real life. Mm-hmm. But, because she doesn't want people in her real life. I mean, she shows certain things about her family, that whole Miami thing. Right. But it's like, it's very rare... that she gives you some authentic self. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She gives you a character.
That's why
I do like the character though.
That's why people ask, was you happy about Damon going over to that strip club? Was y'all a little bit happy? Everybody's kind of like, because it's like people are rooting against her to get some get back because of how you act and how you treat people. You can't treat people like that.
So then the next thing they start bringing up Mariah versus Quad with the allegations from last year.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Well, let me just go through it then.
Because I'm sick of it.
Quad swears that she saw what she saw about Mariah doing coke. Mariah said she was offended by Jackie. Because remember, Jackie went on a podcast with Heavenly saying, would you be offended or is it right for a girlfriend to
bring it up?
To say that you did drugs or something? So she was saying that she was offended by Jackie because she holds Jackie to a different standard, and she didn't use the word alleged. I honestly doubt if Jackie said allegedly used drugs, it made any difference to Mariah.
She said it would have made a little difference.
Bullshit. I'm going to call BS on that. Even if she said alleged, she still would have felt some type of way because Jackie brought it up. And Jackie,
The bottom line was they polled the group and they said, do you guys believe that, or have you seen Mariah do drugs? And they was like, no. And then they asked, do y'all believe that Quad slept with Lake's husband? And they was like, no. And they was like, so both of you guys are over here arguing over something that none of your peers believe.
Well, the thing about the whole Lake and Quad situation is Mariah's now saying, well, you need to bring that problem up with Lake. She's the issue's not with me, the issue's with Lake. With Lake. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you're the one that brought it up. She's like, I didn't bring it up. Like, yes, you clearly brought it up at the reunion last year. So it's like, no, this is something that you need to fix because it's your allegation. It's not dealing with me. You need to take that up with Lake. It's like, girl,
and Quad over here saying, well, of course they haven't seen her do drugs. She's not going to do that around these girls. So it's like, neither one of y'all want to let this go. Just let it go.
For whatever reason, they bring up Lisa Nicole and her husband.
Oh, and her comment, she was like, so how does it feel?
She's because of the whole Lisa. They said that Quad never lies, but she lied on Lisa Nicole's husband because of that person. Quad hadn't even. A random guy comes there. Couture. Yeah, a random guy comes saying that her husband is gay or whatever.
Yeah, slept with him.
And Quad was saying, I can't help what people say.
She got very upset.
This is a public event. I can't help what people say. I can't control people. I'm out. Da, da, da. But it's like, okay, Quad. Right. But then it's like when Lisa Nicole made her comment, it's like, for one, Lisa Nicole should not have made that comment.
Lisa Nicole, you not coming back.
Because it's just like you and your marriage are a joke.
Right.
And truth, I do like Quad's response. She's like, oh, you're mad because I did something you're too scared to do? Because you should have been left your husband.
Heavenly was like, yes. I'm like, Heavenly, stop it. You over there trapping daddy to be with you.
So Mariah said that she did bring Lake around as backup.
I'm glad she acknowledged that.
Which is weird. Like, why do you need backup when you're friends with Toya? You said that Simone was on the fence, but you and Toya was your BFF this whole season.
Toya had your back all season.
So it's like, you didn't need to bring Lake.
She had reinforcement.
You didn't, though. It's like, Quad don't have reinforcement. So it's like, why do you
I agree with Contessa when she said, we all show up and we fight our battles by ourselves. I need you to do the same.
Facts. But for whatever reason, Mariah always seems like they gang up on her. No, Mariah, everyone does not gang up on you. You give them this ammunition because you talk out your ass all the damn time.
Girl, just...
Well, she didn't talk out her ass this season. Really not this season. But it's like she played victim this season. But it's like for things that she caused. So that's what I didn't...
She run around trying to prove her innocence about doing drugs. Quiet addresses the comment that Heavenly made about her butt not being real. Now, when she addressed that, you see Heavenly got in her feelings when she felt like Quad was coming for her. She said, oh, honey, no, I'm just playing too. Just like you said you was playing. She said, okay, girl, because I'm saying, don't come for me because you know. And she was like, again, Heavenly, you dish it, but you don't take it back well.
Or she said, I was just playing.
And that's what Quad said. She said, oh, I'm just playing too, honey. Because she said, okay, I'm just saying, don't try to come for me. Because if you come for me, you what?
So they did ask, who's Team Quad, who's Team Mariah. So Team Quad is, Buffy raised her hand. I thought that was rather weird. So I'm like, what did Quad do to you? For you to be Team Mariah. And
they said, when they asked Team Quad.
Of course, Heavenly raised her hand because she don't like Mariah.
And then they said, who was Team I'm over it?
Everyone else, all the other ladies raised their hand. They should be over it.
Contessa was like, let's just stop.
Yeah, it's washed. This is so draining. It doesn't make sense. They talk about Quad being long-winded because she is very long-winded.
She will take the mic from you.
Child,
darn near take the mic and be like, oh, excuse me.
I'm not done talking.
You know Beyonce should have won that.
What, Kanye won?
Right.
Quad is long-winded, bless her heart. So then they switch to the guys.
I love when the guys come. I love the guys.
Yeah. Together. So Scott did a freestyle and Damon did the...
That was horrible.
I was like, yeah.
That freestyle... I'm glad you became a doctor, sir, because that freestyle was...
It was real daddish. It was real daddish. Then they talk about Dr. G. Cecil says how that Dr. G is still in love with Quad. Quad is looking at them
in the back.
Looking at the guy's interview in the background. Backstage, and she breaks down, starts crying.
Just hearing Cecil talk about how much Dr. G says that he still loves her and cares about her.
Because they had good times and stuff.
And I like how Toya said that, I hope that you both find love again. I do. I really do hope that she finds somebody. I think it's going to be hard because she does have high standards. There's nothing wrong with that. But
there's nothing wrong with high standards, but it's got to be realistic. There's no one, period.
10 inches.
Whew, that's a lot. No, thank you. I don't want that.
That's a lot of dick.
I don't want that. That's that. Mm-mm.
But then she gonna say she didn't want to use that damn toy, but she want to keep her uterus intact.
Obviously, you don't with that 10 inches.
Maybe her vagina is that. Maybe you know what?
You know what? We're moving on.
Right. I am no OBGYN.
So the guys, Eugene said that Toya has a lot of talk and their sex life is normal.
He said we do not hang from the chandeliers.
And truthfully,
Caesar said, "What? was a little bit chilly when we came in.
I feel like just Toya is open about her sexuality.
Yeah.
Doesn't make her like a freak. Right. She's just open to talk about it. Some people are shy to talk about it.
Like, sex is inappropriate to talk about.
Yeah, not amongst friends. Grown right. Andy asked, are women slide in their DMs? And it's funny because
they always go to Curtis.
Curtis like, I don't have social media.
They was like, that's very smart of you.
Good answer. Yeah.
I know that Jack back was like this. You better answer right.
They recap all the fun that the guys had that season.
They asked Dr. Damon, was he upset about the whole sipping paint? He said, yes, I was furious. But I hit it well.
He's like, did I know I was mad?
They was like, no. They said, good.
He does play it off.
He did.
Heavenly, as they're watching,
she was back in the back yelling, going off and mad.
She think that the guys set Damon up to be around for the strippers to be around him
over there in what was it, Cabo?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, oh, that's why all of them. They was like, why do y'all think the strippers was gravitating toward Damon? And she was like, just tell the truth. Y'all know y'all paid them girls to go over there. And they was like, I think it's because he's like the lovable teddy bear.
And then, I don't know if it was Cecil or Curtis. Like, they don't call him daddy for no reason.
I think it was Curtis.
I like that. They don't call him daddy for no reason. But Damon says that he's a quiet guy. He doesn't really like all the attention. That's why he doesn't watch the show. He just likes to go to work, come home, be with his family.
And I like that about him.
That's cute. I think he does more than that,
though,
but it's
that's
cute.
Going on, the ladies are in the back arguing.
Honey.
Because they bring up the bitch comment. Because they asked Curtis, Cecil and Eugene.
Well, they asked Eugene like, how he felt.
The whole bitch.
He's like, how he felt that Contessa said that you're a big-ass bitch.
What is that?
They thought the Mitch thing, the male bitch.
And then they asked, Scott, they was like, how did you feel when your wife said that? He was like, I was like, that was very bold of you, honey. You probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like,
but Eugene thought it was funny. He was like,
I mean, I know I can't be a bitch.
Right.
But I guess I could be a bitch.
So he wasn't offended, which is good.
They laughed about it. And then
because of that comment,
Heavenly in the back is over there
backstage.
Like, I mean, you a bitch,
and then her and Simone
said, "Listen, I ain't gonna be able to let you keep calling my husband a bitch. We're gonna have a drag race." When she said that, I was like,
basically, if you drag my husband, I'm gonna drag yours.
No, when she said that, I was like, y'all about to get in the car? I was so confused. I mean, I said, why y'all about to go get in the car?
It gets heated.
Then I realized that, you talking about words.
But she was saying, like, you need to cut it out talking about my husband because saying that my husband's always drunk. Yeah, he would be out drunk
with Damon.
So, fuck you. And then goes having, fuck you,
bitch. And then it's like, fuck you. And then Contessa's like, let's go to the bathroom.
She didn't say that, but she hurried up and got her up out of there. Got Heavenly up out of there. So that's when the episode ends.
And then we get to the last part of the reunion.
Yes.
And it comes back to them still fighting. And then they have this awkward makeup.
Out of nowhere. Like,
it's
literally,
like she's on her knees.
She left. No, like, seriously. So, Contessa and pulls Heavenly as they're saying, fuck you bitches and all that stuff. Then Heavenly comes back. She's on her knees apologizing.
And she's like, I'm just saying, I just get upset. And I'm like, and she's like right here in front of Simone. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't call my man a bitch and all this stuff that she's so upset that I was on that stage saying, do you think I ever fuck with this bitch again? And you that close to me and you on your knee, I'ma knock the fuck out of you. I promise you. That's the opportunity I've been waiting for. You get that close to me. And in that position I got the upper hand on you, oh yeah, I'ma drag you.
Child. Right on
that floor. So they like hug and fall on the floor together, and then Quad get on top of him and riding him.
Like, this is weird.
It was so weird.
So Heavenly apologizes, and now everything is good. And which is weird is like that happened before. They apologize, which I
can't keep up with all this makeup.
But like, my thing is, how is Simone that upset when Cecil did start with Heavenly?
Right.
So it's like.
Because she was like, Heavenly was like, you can't be mad at me when you did say
when your husband
wasn't working. She said that was between me and you. She said, but you said it on TV. She said
anything you said to me privately, I never spoke of.
She said, but you did say that you wanted him to get a job. Everybody knew that you wanted him to get a job, and I get what she was saying at that moment, but it was still. You didn't need to go out and reiterate it, friend. That's all she was trying to say was.
But it's like, need you to reiterate she's saying that, well, your husband came for me, so I responded. I don't think he came for her. I think she did about the whole you need to power wash your house. Like that's what Mariah said to her, to Heavenly, and so he said it in a tweet about Heavenly.
Cause she said your husband needs to power wash my house.
Who?
Heavenly.
Said that to who? To Mariah? No, she said nothing about. I don't know if she said nothing about your husband and what power wash my house. All I know is Cecil tweeted something to Heavenly about power washing the house, and that was a dig toward Heavenly, or maybe Heavenly took it as a dig towards her, and that's what she was saying. Like, you need to get a job and da 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 da.
Right.
So it's like, why are you so upset when, like, I don't know.
It was too much. It was.
But they made up, and we'll see how long this lasts until.
So after they don't do this makeup, they get out here and they start talking to Mariah about the dinner during Ramadan, because now the husbands are out here with the wives.
Yeah. So Mariah wants to say, we didn't talk about Quad during Ramadan. Everyone was like, yes, you did. Your sister called her a whore, and her mother.
The mother called her a whore.
Yeah, and the mother and the sister, both of them did.
And the sister was like, well, you know what she is, and the mom was like, a whore.
So it's like Mariah's crying about we had a 3-hour dinner, and that's what y'all decided to show. This is a very special religion for us. We don't show religion, and it's like y'all show this part. No one's sitting around talking about Quad. We did that. It was like a 10-second thing. It's like, but y'all did though. Okay, and you could be right. It could have been a 3-hour dinner, and that was like a 2-minute conversation. At the end of the day, you still had a 2-minute conversation to give production to use. And the fact that she kept saying, I didn't talk about you, Quad. Your family did. So if your family did, that's you. That's you.
And the problem they had with her was that when she was talking to them, she told them, let's not talk about this right now. It's not time. Now, after Ramadan,
go forward. But truthfully, at first she was like, go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say it.
So this is the problem with this. The only way that she could have resolved that was either A, when they started talking about it, you should have just said, listen, don't talk about this.
Right.
Don't talk about this at all. Or you could have been like, yeah, my family brought it up. They were in their feelings. And I know it wasn't the right time. It shouldn't have been said. And again, do the famous thing that everybody has to do on these shows and apologize and move on from it. And then, yeah, if you want to, you can be like, no, it's not a habit of ours that we talk about you. As you can see, we don't talk about you a lot. But really, you shouldn't say that, because at that point, they had a clip of you talking about her. But
you know what?
The problem is nobody likes to own up to anything on the show when they do stuff.
I just find it really funny. As we were talking before we started recording, I just find it really funny, like with this whole Quad sleeping with Lake's husband, how this was before she got married to Dr. G.
Yes.
So if this was true, if Quad did sleep with Lake's husband, why would most of Mariah's family be at Quad's wedding? The mother was there. She was a part of it. Lake was there. The children was there. She's such a whore. Why would you be at her wedding and y'all had a good relationship? So it's like, okay, she hurt Lake and, violated Lake, but y'all still forgave her. But now, for whatever reason, her and Mariah are not friends, and now she's the biggest bitch in the world. So it's like Lake's betrayal, I'll forgive you.
Right.
Mariah's betrayal, and I then quotes, I don't think Quad really betrayed Mariah, but whatever. That's like the worst. Now you're the biggest whore in the world. It don't make sense to me. It doesn't add up. None of it makes sense. It does not add up. So, call me biased. Call me I don't like Mariah. But it's just like, I don't believe this whatsoever.
Nobody believes either one of the situations.
And Mariah needs to own up that she does talk about Quad. She makes it seem like she doesn't, but you do. You and your family always have Quad's name in your mouth.
Y'all are hurt for some reason behind whatever issue y'all have with Quad. Y'all have an issue with Quad. And y'all need to own up to that.
The mama should have had legs back and been done with Quad from that go. You know what I mean? From that incident, if that was true.
If that's what happened.
If that was true.
Right.
My opinion.
Y'all just need to own up that y'all got an issue with Quad and whatever it is and move on.
Right.
And just move on. I mean, you don't make it clear that y'all will never be friends again, so I don't understand why we even continue to associate, really. But the problem is, I think that Mariah really does want a friendship with Quad.
I don't think so.
I think she does.
I think her ego won't allow her to, because at one point she thought that she was above Quad.
Yeah, I believe that, but I think that
once she acknowledges that Quad is now her own boss, okay, maybe she did help Quad become who she is, but Quad took that and she's kept on going on her own. She's like, you got to respect her for who she is, because I don't think Mariah respects Quad. She's very condescending towards her. When Quad's talking, it's, okay, Quad. All right, Quad. Okay, Quad. That's all it is with her. I don't think so.
I think she misses her friend. But she's not going to acknowledge that because too much has happened and too much time has passed.
Yeah.
But
I feel like if they could just be cordial, then
that's the most we're going to get.
That's it.
So,
Aiden, when they were talking about Ramadan.
Yeah, Aiden told Quad to shut up.
That was so out of order. It was so out of order. Of course,
Heavenly had to jump in.
Of course.
So,
then they bring up Contessa and Scott and their whole journey.
And her going back to school. So they asked her, was she going back to school? And she said she was.
She will be finished. She'll be finished by the summer. By the summer, yeah.
And I was happy Scott was saying that he was going to go
to Nashville.
Up there to actually see her this time instead of making her drive all the way down so she doesn't miss that valuable time for studying. So he's going to meet her halfway this time. He's going to be more supportive. They are going to get a nanny so that he'll have help. So while he's down here, he doesn't feel like he's being overwhelmed. So they're going to do it better this time. But then they question Contessa about, well, their school's down here. Why you didn't do it down here?
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And I love how she addressed why she's doing what she's doing. She said, because they asked her about leaving the Navy. Why did you leave the Navy? And all this, that, and the third. And she said, growing up, when she seen women in these positions, she just gravitated to them and she was attached to them.
Because she didn't see that in her life.
Yes.
So she was like, she saw these powerful women.
She inspired to be in these positions. She said she's never shot for here. She's always shot to be high.
And so the program in Nashville, the way is a better program
to get where
she wants. And truthfully, I do like, we were saying like, how she's away from her family. She was like, if I was working full time, I would
still be away.
The same amount of time.
Like Jackie.
Yeah.
The same thing that Curtis was complaining about. Yeah. You get home and you're here, but you're charting. You're still not here.
Yeah. So I'm glad they're in a good place.
Yes, I'm glad that they're really finally come to some kind of happy medium about this.
Then they talk about the Cabos trip. The strip club incident again comes back up, and that's when Heavenly says she don't like no woman looking at a man, being near her man.
In his face.
She's like, I don't care if it made me look insecure. I could care less. I don't like no woman near my man.
You're insecure. And people be like, you need to stop.
I feel like she's insecure because of, because of her. You know what I mean? She don't feel like she's pretty enough or
That's
whatever.
That's why I feel like she do a lot of stuff that she do.
Yeah. That's
all that lashing out, all that carrying on she do.
Yeah. So you need to learn how to love yourself, boo.
She do. And I like how she was, this was made me mad. When she was like, they said, but Heavenly, you said your marriage was the best, and they was like, she said, well, in comparison, they said in comparison to who? And she was like,
Quad said depends on who? She was like, depends on your marriage. It's like, damn, that's a dig.
That's why I be like,
and you're my friend?
It's hard for me to want to be a friend to you. When you do that kind of, why would you want to be friends with somebody like that?
Right.
Why would you say that to me? I couldn't. I
didn't know that Eugene doesn't really like, well, Toya talking about how she has a crush. Everyone talks about their crushes or whatever, but Toya says she has a crush on Alicia Keys. And Eugene says he doesn't like Toya talking about his previous experiences and
she
stuff.
Used to, apparently,
dipped in a lady pond.
No, when Scott said that he didn't like that Contessa said that she had a crush. Hers was Michael Strahan, but she's actually met him.
Yeah, been around him. So like,
I was like, woohoo!
Honey.
Wow.
So then they had the recap of the doctors working. I like seeing the doctors at work.
In their actual
their profession.
Environment, yeah.
Then they showed Married to Medicine LA, which I still ain't gonna watch, unfortunately.
I knew you wasn't.
That first episode probably was fun because they had the Atlanta people there,
exactly.
but
when
once they leave,
it's back to
boring. I ain't got time for it.
Wah, wah, wah.
So then Andy asked Mariah who would she like to mend relationships with, and Mariah says she's forgiven everybody.
And they live her life.
I don't believe that because she loves to play victim. It's gonna. I don't believe that because honestly, as many times as she's forgiven Jackie, but then gets mad all over again. Of course, her and Quad are not friends. I don't believe that. And truthfully, I'm kind of upset. I thought they were going to make up, but apparently that didn't happen. Quad and Mariah, I did think they were going to make up because of the picture, because of them standing next to each other.
Girl, I can stand beside you, take this picture real quick, and get up on my business.
Well, that's what they did.
Like this.
And that's what they did. So that was the end of that. It was good.
It was. It's very entertaining.
I do like how with the Married to Medicine, their reunions, there is a resolution. I like that. It's not just arguing for no reason. I guess
it's because of the women.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to be open to it. If you ain't willing to be open to it,
I feel this is a more mature crowd because of their profession. They're all professionals. Well, most of them. They're doctors and stuff. So they have to be adults, even though they have ratchet moments. But they still have to be adults at the end of the day.
Well, if we could just get Heavenly together, then we wouldn't have as many.
Heavenly's going to keep doing what she's doing because it works. She's entertaining, and she is entertaining. I like Heavenly. Like I said, she got on my nerves this reunion.
Until next season.
But I like some Heavenly. So, overall, I think the reunion was a B.
Yeah, I'll give it a B as well.
Yeah.
And we will be right back, you guys.
Loving Hip Hop.
New York.
All right, till then. Bye, guys.